Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And as OpTic confirmed the announcement that we rumoured about a couple of days ago, the CDL have also confirmed the talent lineup for the Kickoff Classic starting tomorrow. Scump is describing it as troubling and understandably so, but maybe a couple of W's mixed in there as well. Very much intrigued to take your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoy the video, hitting a like button is the best thing you can do. Top of the channel, reach new people, please do subscribe as well if you haven't yet already. This firstly, ready from the Break Time Boys, the Hardpoints podcast that of course used to go on with Maven Merk, TP and Crowder. Hasn't really been a thing for quite some time now, but yes, if Maven and Merk aren't involved in this year's CDL, as it doesn't seem like they will be, at least on present evidence we'll dive into here in just a couple of seconds, there's I hope they're still involved in COD content to some degree. I imagine Merk especially will probably go and do Warzone streaming and stuff like that, but I just wish he was more involved in like actual content pieces, right? I'm sure we can talk about organizations they might want to join here in a few minutes time, but yeah, just a difficult spot they find themselves in, whether they'll go in to do another esport, right, which could be another possibility with people from other esports coming into Call of Duty, it seems. This firstly from London, you're a Raven Harry, they say, so Harry Payne, one of well, another brightest talent really from the UK amateur scene the last couple of years. They've pretty much hoovered up all the young players that have talent in that region right now, so it's impressive stuff. I think generally he's an AR flex type player, so the pressure's kind of on Zero and Gizmo, of course. Gizmo, we didn't really see him play last year, so we don't really know what he's going to be capable of here, and also Zero, right, he was out last year because of the visa situation, couldn't get it sorted with London, so he's got to prove again he can be a top caliber player and lead these guys to success. Harry, I guess, will be there to breathe down their necks. Exciting roster, I think, that London are building all across the park. So good to see, frankly, that people are taking chances on this. Hicksy also was brought on to Toronto. So yeah, good to see talent from other regions get opportunities on some of these organizations. This also from Sally is a dog tweeting this video of Merk and Maven today for absolutely no specific reason. Right, this is the classic, like getting pounded for an entire half. I think this clip was that Maven said, back in the World War II days. That's the thing. I mean, Call of Duty World League, it's just great stuff, right? These guys have obviously been around so long. Maven's been casting since like Black Ops 2, even before that. I remember he was doing some interviews way back in the day. Merk, of course, has competed for so many years as well. It's it would just be a real shame if these guys disappear. But they confirm at the Call of Duty League give a warm welcome to their on-air talent. I mean, they don't quite get ratioed here, but you can well see the amount of replies. There was like 800 replies on this, and pretty much all of them are saying the same thing, and understandably so right now. And it's kind of frustrating in a way because the new talent that's coming in, the likes of Tan, Alicat, it seems, they're going to get kind of some backlash for this, I imagine, just because Maven and Merk aren't there. But it's not necessarily their fault, right? It's the fault of the CDL or even Maven and Merk. Who knows what's happened, right? We only really have one side of the story. And I just hope it's like a financial thing, but obviously we talked about this for the last couple of days. If it's a financial thing, the CDL wants to cut costs. They don't want to, pay these casters, Maven and Merk, as much money as they've been paying the last couple of years. That's, I guess, what I hope it is, because then they might be able to resolve that one, for whatever, whatever that looks like. But if it's some sort of internal weird thing, as Maven was implying yesterday, that he's basically pushed for change internally, and that fighting against kind of the status quo has actually potentially cost him his job here, that's what I hope it isn't, because then it's unlikely that he's going to make the return, and it also doesn't reflect well on the CDL either. But of course, we don't have the entire story here, so maybe some things will continue to come out. But yeah, Chance and Miles, fantastic duo, and then Lando and Study returning again this year. Now, they go on to say the analysts for this weekend are going to be Nameless returning, of course, Ali's there as well, and then Slacked is going to be a guest analyst. So I guess this was the contract we saw him sign yesterday. That's pretty cool, honestly. We were talking about it yesterday on the Breaking Point podcast, that it's frustrating that so many of these kind of OG names, they retire from competing, and then they just disappear off into the sunset to do streaming or to do something else. The CDL doesn't really seem to get too many of these guys on board as, analysts or something on the broadcast. Nameless, of course, is one example, but guys like Parasite, Aches, these type of guys would be fantastic for an analyst desk, and it seems like they don't really get too involved. So good to see Slats getting here. It could be a step in the right direction, how the CDL's going to go with the analysts going forwards, actually bring it on OG players that can provide great context. Alicat, I think, also might be well suited to this role. It's tough to say. I'm pretty sure she did say she's going to be a caster at some point, and my guess is that when Tun gets his visa to come to the States, that might well be the third duo for the season, which of course, look, no one's going to be an upgrade. It's only downgrade to Maven and Merk, but I hope these guys don't get too much backlash, really, because it's not their fault that all this stuff has happened, right? But maybe Alicat and Nameless on the desk. We'll see how it goes. It's just an unfortunate situation all around, I think. But one of the major W's people are talking about is Veli is going to be the host for the CDL this year. So with Lottie going back to Halo, Veli's going to step in. I don't really watch much Rainbow Six. I'm pretty sure he's done some great stuff over there. I've seen him do like loads of different events. I think he's even done some Valorant stuff. I've generally been very impressed with him. So I think this is a big W, frankly, him coming into the scene. And yeah, I mean, he's just a fantastic guy, I think, to have around the desk. Really talented. And I think he's going to be a great desk host this year. Blaze is also returning as the stage host for this particular event. Whether that's the case for the entire season, who knows? All they've done so far is announce the Kickoff Classic. Classic. So yes, some L's, some W's, like who's really surprised at this point? And as Miles says, can we put all the BS aside? So he agrees it's kind of BS right now what's going on with Merk and Maven as well. Show some love for our new host Veli. The man is at the top of his game and an absolute unit on the desk. Can't wait to throw to him all season long. So yes, Veli I'm pretty sure is confirmed the whole season. Not sure if Blaze is going to be there the whole season as the desk host or the stage host or whatever, because I guess for the online qualifiers there won't need to be a stage host because they're doing them online. So I guess we'll see how things develop over time. But I mean, yeah, this right from Courage, because understandably it was Courage and Maven who were the duo back in the day. They were the top tier casting duo. If anything, Maven and Merk are probably slightly better because they have a more well-rounded commentary style in terms of Merk can do more analyst stuff, whereas Courage and well, Maven were kind of both play-by-play casters in a way. But I mean, still, they were of course the duo back in the day. As Courage says, removing the other casters from being tagged because they're all good, but this is a straight-up joke, right? Not having, of course, Maven and Merk back. Some, you know, major L's. Just seems like right now we've just been flip-flopping between L's and some small W's, right? But every time a small W comes along, an L's just around the corner. Frustrating stuff to see. And this also from Merk, just to mention real quick, because we looked at this tweet yesterday, but you know, I do wonder what happens, right? Because Merk, of course, he's been part of Envy, like as a player for many years. He was also part of OpTic way back in the day as well. Could it be a perfect opportunity for Merk to actually join an organization like, well, now it's OpTic and Envy are the same thing, right? So maybe he could join them. I think he'd be a great asset to like their podcasts and their content in general. It'd just be good to still see him around the scene and commenting on competitive COD and talking about the state of the scene and his opinions. I don't want these guys just to disappear. It seems so often people like either players or whatever will kind of you know, fall out of the scene or retire or something, and then you never really hear from them again, and it's just frustrating, frankly. But I'll share Scump's thoughts on this when he initially saw the tweets yesterday from Maven and Merk, and his kind of response that, like, yes, it's difficult to look at this. They've been staples of the scene, and it's troubling, no doubt.
The only thing I want is for it to reach the levels I know it can. If not, I plan to do freelance and potentially work with an org on COD content. Have a delightful day. Damn! That's definitely tough. I feel like Clint is kind of a staple now. To not have Maven, I mean, there's still amazing talent on the CDL side of things. But to not have Maven and potentially Joey as well, Merk, I mean, that's definitely not very cash money. And Lottie, yeah, Lottie's not coming back either. So, like, all of these faces that people are now used to seeing on the broadcast and, you know, enjoyed their work. I mean, it's a pretty integral part of, like, the broadcast, you know, like the talent definitely makes up for a lot of it. Obviously, the game and the matches are a huge part as well, but the talent's also very important. So it's kind of troubling. I'm not even going to lie to you right now.
Now, one of the other major things that was confirmed yesterday for the OpTic Major 1 at the end, well, right at the start of March, OpTic confirmed what's going to be happening there. So this, I believe, was what they were recording, of course, a couple of days ago. We saw, we saw something about Shotzi was heading in, and we saw something from Hex's vlog as well of a similar thing. And well, this is what's going on. So yes, the Arlington Stadium in Texas, where the Kickoff Classic is being hosted this weekend, will be back again here for Major 1, and this is the venue that the OpTic guys have leased out for the next 8 years. So this is kind of cool, right? So of course, you got the hype in the background. That's pretty cool to see as well. But one of the interesting things is what they say is going to go on. And this honestly is going to be a banging tournament. This is probably going to be the best tournament we've had in COD for a very long time at this point, honestly, because the crowd here, I'm sure, is going to be absolutely electric. And OpTic and Envy are going to do a fantastic job. These guys were talking about the fact that, like, when they finally got the opportunity to host an event, they would do a killer job, because Dallas wanted to do one, Chicago wanted to do one when they were Dallas Empire and Chicago Huntsmen, and even OpTic Chicago didn't ever get the chance to actually host their own events. And that, of course, was very frustrating for them, because they were going to do that, I'm pretty sure, in Modern Warfare, and it had to get delayed. All the great ideas have to get delayed until this moment where they can come together and make an absolutely banging event. March 3rd through to the 6th, they've got a Legacy Hall going on, a VIP experience. Creators are going to be there as well, so signings, all that type of good stuff. And I mean, yeah, exclusive merch, tailgate, giveaways. Like, I'm sure they're going to make this event absolutely spectacular. So yes, definitely if you guys are in the area, probably a good idea to head along to this one. And yeah, just some exciting content. I thought this was kind of funny, really. The final clip was Ely 1v1 against Scump. Of course, well, now they're on the same same team. So pretty sure that was the announcement they were brewing for a few days' time. And this also, just to confirm, if you guys didn't see this before, an 8-year deal valued at $2.35 million, first 3 years at $250K, whatever the case might be. But effectively, they've leased out this venue for 8 years to use them for any sort of events they might want to run. So pretty cool stuff, I thought. OpTic and the Envy guys really gearing up to put on some cracking events, I'm sure, going forwards. And, could well be a staple, right? OpTic, of course, have the home crowd everywhere they go. But this might well be especially the case, given, of course, it is their major. And all 12 teams are there. You don't have to worry about OpTic not qualifying, which was the case, at least in the rumoured format for this season from a few weeks ago. This also from the CDL just wanted to mention, because the Kickoff Classic, there are some rewards. It's like, look, at the end of the day, I wish these rewards were better, right? You get a weapon charm, like it's got like a PJ Salt type thing. You get some calling cards, and you get an emblem. It's like, what it, like, okay, I don't know. It's something, but it's not exactly spectacular. Don't know who makes this stuff. It just feels like all the CDL stuff they put out, in terms of like the in-game items, like the skins, which obviously we don't have yet, the weapon charms, this type of stuff, it's just so like less cool than the actual stuff they put in the game, like the proper set that they come out with, which I guess they sell more of. And then they wonder, oh my god, the CDL sets, they're not really selling all that much. It's like, okay, it make them good, people will buy them, right? But I mean, still, I guess it's free stuff you can get if you like connect your Activision accounts with YouTube. So of course the YouTube deal is of course ongoing, it seems, and I mean, no real surprises there. But some people were talking about whether Twitch, return to Twitch could be the play. Halo, of course, kind of do both right now, which is potentially the step that Microsoft will take when they come in, but that may well not happen for quite some time. And just this to finish things out with, of course, Boston Breach going to be competing this weekend at the Kickoff Classic, starting tomorrow. Their first match, I'm pretty sure, is against New York. That's always an exciting one. But yeah, don't worry, we've always been here. Can you find our 4 players? So I guess I'll give you guys a few seconds. If you want to pause the video, try and find the 4 faces on screen. I guess it's kind of small for you guys, but you should just about be able to do it. So anyway, here we go. Capstal's over here on the left-hand side. This is Breach, by the way, from Black Ops 3. If you guys didn't play that game, of course, you'd kind of need a jetpack to get across this kind of gap right here. But yeah, the B-bomb site was here. The A-bomb site was over here. Really good jetpack map. It was played in Uplink, Hardpoint, and Search and Destroy. I'm pretty sure he's even played in Capture the Flag, actually, right? So, definitely a fantastic map. Had one of the most famous Uplink comebacks of all time. It was OpTic versus Rise Nation, down 11-0, I'm pretty sure, at the halftime mark. But method just right up here on top of the roof. This is where you could wall run and like jump over here and get an angle. Like, just good times, to be honest. Pretty sure this is Nero all the way down to the bottom right-hand side. You could even wall run on this. You guys might remember, if you had that uplink ball, you could wall run all the way around the outside and try and throw it in for one if you got the wall run right, but it was difficult. And then you've got Capsule, I'm pretty sure, all the way over back here. And maybe you already mentioned him. And TJ's down on the bottom left-hand side. Pretty sure that was not in the playable area. But very much intriguing your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on the like button. Tell us the YouTube gods. It's a good video. And just like you should see it as well. And help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.